Hello everyone, welcome to the first one and only Ghost Girl podcast. My name is Kristen, and I will be your host. So let's get started. So the Ghost Girl podcast is all about me talking about Ghost Girl, of course. So let's start with the first chapter. The first chapter is all about Charlotte Usher. Charlotte Usher is a girl that is practically invisible. She doesn't really fit in, and she's trying desperately to fit in. This whole chapter talks about how she's trying to fit in and what she's going to do to fit in. She's trying to get to know and get to be friends with Petula and the Wendy's. Petula is the most popular girl in school, along with her ass-kissing friends, and Petula has a boyfriend named Damon Dillon. Damon is the guy that Charlotte wants to go out with, and the deadline is the fall ball, which is of course, a dance. And so she wants him to ask her out instead of his girlfriend Petula. So the chapter starts off with Charlotte going to school, and going to the first thing that she has to do which is on her to-do list, is to sign up for the cheerleading tryouts. Well, as she's about to sign her name in, someone taps her on the shoulder and snatches the thing out of her hand and writes their name instead of in that one last space. So Charlotte kind of brushes it off, like, alright, whatever, and then she goes to locker assignments. Her locker number is 7, which I'm sure all of you know, and she thinks, hey, that's a lucky number, it's gonna be great. Now in the sign-out sheet, her name is Charles, so she has to change it, and she changes it, and then she goes to her locker, tries it out a few times, and then she tries to go to find Damon's locker. Damon's locker is all the way at the other end of the school. So she goes to Damon. She goes to a first block class, which I think is physics, and I think I'm right. Physics class. Look with me. Physics, and she is there, and she tried to, you know, she tries to be in the same classes as Damon. And this is kind of stalker-ish, but the way she did it was she steamed opened his schedule envelope, and managed to change her first period to physics, and Damon was a priority. She wanted to be popular, like Petula and the Wendy. She wanted to act like them, think like them, and fit in with people Damon fit in with. And Charlotte thinks she's just so hot and everything. And so, she says 7 is a lucky number, and she goes biblical, in fact, and she's excited and everything. Well, she goes to she's going to physics, and she passes Damon in the hall, and Damon is in this huge group of people, and he's kind of like paparazzi. Well, they're kind of like paparazzi. He's kind of a big star. That's the same way with Petula. Petula is like this huge star, and in fact, they describe it as the yearbook club, taking pictures, because it's like it was paparazzi. She would, and her and Petula and the Wendy's were the big stars. That's the same with Damon. He's very, very popular. He's like the quarterback or whatever, and him and Petula are going out, and so I've repeated that I don't know how many times. And then at the end of this chapter, chapter 1, Damon is going into the classroom, or going into the classroom, and um, she she doesn't really like notice that she's because she's so taken by Damon that she doesn't realize that she's at the classroom, and she like practically um hits the door and is you know is shut in, and the door is closed in her face, and Charlotte is in an all too familiar place on the outside looking in. So that's chapter 1, and I'm sorry if I ranted for too long. It's my first podcast, so yeah. But yeah, now we're gonna move on to news for the Ghost Girl fandom. And Ghost Girl news. Tanya Hurley will be in Monterrey, Mexico, and there will be a Ghost Girl announcement. Now, I'm excited. I'm very excited. And now, I did hear somewhere. Now, I might be totally off, but it might be another book even. But I did hear somewhere on the Kill Your Darlings um, page. They said that Ghost Girl will be optioned by 20th Century Fox. Options means they're talking about it. They're talking about a movie for it. So, this could be big. This could be really big. This could be the biggest break that Ghost Girl's gotten. And I am extremely excited. I'm so happy. I'm really excited. And when I first heard the news, I literally broke down crying in happiness because Ghost Girl means so much to me. I don't know why, but it means so much to me, especially when it got me through a really bad breakup. And so yeah, and I'm really excited about my first podcast, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, it's not that long. I'm sorry, but yeah. So to next week I will start um, the second chapter, which is called. The first chapter was called "Ever Feel Invisible," which is the name of this podcast, and the second one is called "Dying to Be Popular," which is the name, which is the meaning is the name. So and I will. Oh, and the characters. I'm sorry. Let me discuss the characters. I totally forgot about the characters. In this chapter, there is Charlotte, Damon, Petula, and the Windies. Let's start with Charlotte. Charlotte is very quiet, very unspoken, very invisible. The adults overlook her. Kids make fun of her, tease her, and she's like the unwanted stepchild of the Hawthorne student body. Petula Kingston, which is the popular girl that she's trying to, become more like. She's queen bee of everyone and everything. She is in the highest fashion. She loves to be number one. She loves herself more than anything, and she cares a lot more about herself than anyone else. The Windies are her kiss-assing friends, and ass-kissing friends, and they're bitches. I mean, all of them are bitches. Like it gets kind of annoying, but it's whatever. It's funny. It's funny to see them talk and how wrong they are sometimes. And then there's Damon Dillon. Damon Dillon is the boyfriend of Petula Kingston. Damon isn't really a boyfriend per se. He's more of a side wheel, if you know what I mean. Like he's just there. And Petula thinks he's gonna wait on her hand and foot, but he doesn't really. And later in the movie, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Book. Later in the book, you realize that he's getting really tired of her, and starts to talk back and starts to speak up, and she kind of gets that attitude, like WTF, really. So it's that way, and yeah. So there's the characters. I must say, The ones I hate the most is probably Petula, but Petula is one of those love to hate kind of, especially in this book. In this book, she's just a bitch. She doesn't know when to stop. She's not a kind person. So it's kind of that. She doesn't like to have things taken away from her. She's very greedy and very stuck up and very preppy, and I hate it. And I hate preps. They're so happy, I mean, like, I'm happy. I'm happy. I must say that, but I mean, I'm not that happy. And the Wendies are the same way. They're exactly like her. In fact, they try to be like her. And in the second book, you realize that they're trying to take her fame away. And I think it's kind of funny to watch them do that and fail at it. But in the last book, they actually succeed with the help of, like, was it Darby or something like that? Or, Darby. Deb, or whatever her name is. I'll find out. But, yeah, it's you see them succeed and have this huge success. And it's really, it's annoying. It's really, like, it's the whole time when I was reading the last book, I was like, what are you doing, Petula? Like, come on, you can do this. And I was mad. I was really mad. I was waiting for Petula to have this huge, just have a gut to, like, actually, I wanted her to punch her. I was like, really, come on. And then when she made that huge comeback at the end, it was great. I loved it. But yeah, so there's that. And you can contact me at ghostgirlpodcast@gmail.com. If you have any comments, concerns, or you would just like to critique anything, that would be great. And yeah, so thanks, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks, bye.